this is the way to the flat, and there is a lot of steps, but the views are worth it. Okay, so we have arrived, and this is our home for the next 3 nights. I'll leave all the information about the apartment and how much we paid and everything below, or I'll put the price on the screen actually as I go around. Yeah, so let's get started with the tour. Guys, I could not have been happier with this apartment. I think it might be one of the best apartments we've ever stayed in. It had absolutely everything you could need for a comfortable stay, and it felt like people had lived in it previously, so everything was really practical. Plus, it was very centrally located. Everything was sort of decorated really nice. There was so many interesting bits to look at. Obviously, the view and the balcony was the star of the show, but I'll show you that last. It only took us around 10 minutes to walk here from the train station, which we thought was pretty good. It is all uphill, but to be expected when you've got this view. I have got a thing for Smeg fridges, so I was very happy to see this pastel blue Smeg fridge. The TV was smart, so you could watch Netflix or any other apps that you needed. We love to cook, and the kitchen was 10 out of 10. They had this massive gas hob, which had I think 6 rings on it. And every sort of kitchen equipment that you could need, really. There was also an espresso coffee machine, which Josh really enjoyed, and a dishwasher with tablets. The apartment came with loads of local information, like restaurants to go to, and information about the wider area, which we found really useful. Sorry, this is a very detailed tour, but there were so many nice, interesting bits that I wanted to capture them all. The apartment was 2 bedrooms, which was really good, and they were both double and comfortable, and this one featured a massive red beanbag, which was a big win in my eyes. I also hate being in rooms where you can't get them dark, but they had shutters that made it really dark in the evening, which I liked. I actually thought the £88 per night for this level of quality, and the fact that we're in Lake Como, I thought that was really good. Shout out for the shower, probably one of the best showers I've ever had. The water pressure was amazing and it was really spacious. It was one of those ones that you just didn't want to get out of. And we don't have a bath at home, so we were very excited to be able to take a bath here. So this property is actually listed on booking.com, but we found it was a lot more expensive there. And if you go to My Home in Como, it's listed on there, and those are the people that actually run it and look after the property. The prices were much cheaper because you pay in euros, so you definitely save a lot of money booking direct, so that's a little tip if you want to stay here. Also, just thought I'd mention that check-in was really easy. There was just a lockbox, and we just got the key with a code, and we're just able to come straight in, so I always find that easier without having to wait around for someone. So this was the ensuite bathroom, which we didn't really end up using because the main bathroom was a lot nicer. But if you had 4 people staying here, you could definitely have a bathroom each and feel comfortable. So definitely good for a group, and it would make it even cheaper again. And then coming out to the balcony, star of the show, this view was what we were greeted with. We were so lucky that when we arrived it was really sunny. The sun comes around in the afternoon and it's lovely on the balcony. It gets really warm actually, considering it was winter. We really liked that we were high up, but not so high up that you didn't feel part of the lake. It just was an amazing view, I couldn't fault it. So this is the first thing we're eating in Italy, and it's actually something we put together ourselves. So when we got here by train, we were starving. So we went in the shop, obviously picked up wine. And then we got this lovely fresh bread. Then that looks sensational. That's just a tub of hummus and some chopped up apple, because we want some fruit. In the Mediterranean, so you've got to have olives, haven't you? Fresh tomatoes, and then a plate of Parma ham and some brie, and then some cashew nuts. I thought that was a good selection, and considering we were tired from traveling, it looks stunning. And then look, I love all the plates that they've got here. The plates and the bowls, they're all different and mismatched. I love that. Can't wait to get stuck in. This was my first Aperol Spritz in Italy and it was so balanced, very well made, really enjoyed it, and I loved the snacks that came with it as well. I think we got a bit carried away with the drinks because we were in a new place. We just kept going around drinking everywhere. We really enjoyed this bar. These big olives were so delicious. I could just eat them again now. And I thought it would be a really good idea at this point to go and ask the bartender if she could make us her favorite drink. No idea what it was, but it turned out to be very strong. And then things just went a little bit south from there. I've actually done a very drunk, very brutal taste test of Italian McDonald's, which will be going up on YouTube Shorts. Pistachio McFlurry was my fave. I need you to show me off this bean bag.
The bag of what?
The bag of beans, please. Oh, pop. It's always lovely to cook on gas, isn't it? That egg yolk looks so golden, doesn't it? This view. So amazing waking up to this. You can see the boats coming out. Let's do a little taste test of some Italian chocolate. So when me and Josh arrived, we went into the local shop and they had a lot of this brand, Novi. I'm just gonna see if you can zoom in. So this one is a milk chocolate with hazelnut. Never tried this before. It seemed like something that people would probably eat a lot out here.
I think Novi might be their equivalent of like Cadbury's.
Yeah.
Based on what?
They had a lot of different flavours. We went with hazelnut just because we seem to be obsessed with hazelnut at the moment. Every time we eat chocolate, it's got hazelnut in it. Okay, so it is like chunks of hazelnut. You can see the chunks. Oh, it's even got Novi on the chocolate. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. It's very milky in the sense that it kind of reminds me a little bit of Milka, Cadbury. It's definitely on those kinds of lines. So I think you were on the money when you said that it's their version of Cadbury. Lots of nuts in there. You could easily eat a lot of that. Really good. So we have just come off the funicular from Como up to a little place called Brunate or Brunate. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but we're currently on a walk that's going to be about an hour and a half, and I think we're going to see in like the main sites and all the pretty bits. Funicular was €6.60 for a return. Is that right? Yeah, it's very steep. It was actually a little bit frightening at times.
I was worried that I was going to snap.
You'll see from the video.
Drown.
Yeah, it kind of feels like if anything happened, yeah, you would just drop and plummet to your death. So a little bit scary, but it is a beautiful day. And I think this is going to be the last of some of the better weather we have. So we're just making the most of it. Feeling a little bit worse for wear though. How are you feeling, Josh?
A little hangover.
Yeah. We stumbled across this place for lunch and we couldn't resist sitting outside even though it was a little bit cold. It was sunny and we tried some northern Italian food. I had slow cooked pork ribs with braised cabbage and this like creamy sage polenta. And Josh was a little bit avant-garde. He went for the wild boar with chestnuts and red cabbage. They were both really, really tasty. They tasted very home cooked. In the evening, I found this takeaway pizza place that had really good reviews. It was called Peach Pit. They did Neapolitan style pizza, and I think they were only €8 or €9 per pizza. And look at them. Oh my god, yes! That looks amazing! Josh went for a spicy Nduja one, and I went for this grilled vegetable one with loads of different like Mediterranean vegetables. The dough was heavenly, and the quality of the ingredients in general were just spot on. We were actually looking at restaurants, but nothing was really standing out, and all of the pizza places where you could eat in just didn't look quite as good. So I'm really glad we opted for this. If you're in Como, I would highly recommend this. This is probably one of my top eats of the trip, and Josh actually said that it was one of the best pizzas he's ever had, and he's a connoisseur. Marks out of 10?
10 out of 10. It's really good.
3 adjectives to describe it?
It is chewy, spicy, and fresh.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 that I'd use. And it pairs perfectly with a glass of red.